Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is James, and I'm very happy you're here. Today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, especially to my mother. I love you so much. Today, I want to talk about a book I have been reading for almost 10 years. I started reading this book when I was 18 years old, my last year of high school. It's the first time I began this book, it was all because of the hype. Most people that I was trying to be like at the time, was reading the book. People are trying to mimic, they were reading the book. So I took it upon myself to learn about this book. The book is called The 48 Laws of Power. I have the physical copy and I have the audio. So I have read the whole book throughout over 6 times now. Every time, every time I read a book, I have a different perspective of things. At the time, I used to take things very literal. Like when I read the book, things become very very like, oh, toxic. I don't want to do that. I don't want to listen to this very very bad. But as time progresses, as I got even older, and every time I read in this book, every chapter I'm in, because every chapter in the book is a different law. And as time progresses, I become very very open to certain ideas because certain ideas talk about the reality of stuff. When you're reading about this book, see it as a defense mechanism. The book is very devious, right? It's very manipulative. It's very cutting, very cutthroat. Is You gotta have a certain mindset. You gotta have a certain perspective. You cannot take things very very literal. I saw a YouTuber talking about this book. She was giving her overall assessment of the book. She mentioned how the first law, which said never outshine the master. She talked about, oh, it's about slavery. This is a total misrepresentation of the whole law and how it's about.
Let's get into these silly ass laws that Mr. Robert Greene wants y'all following. Let's get into these laws. Now, like I said, there are 48, and I think 50 Cent collabed with him so they could come up with 50. So there might be 50 bullshit laws now. But there's a total of 48, and I've picked 7 of them to kind of touch on and talk on, and in the future I definitely could see myself talking about more of them and maybe bringing up more of them, but for now let's just focus on these 7 because these were the 7 that were easiest for me to just be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So rule number 1, let's talk about number 1, the opener of the book. His first law: never outshine the master. I don't know about y'all, that's giving me hella slave vibes. I'm so sorry. There is no way in hell I would start my book with the first law of power being never outshine the master. And there's no way in hell that's just comfortable with y'all. And if it does, stay away from me. But there's a couple reasons I have a problem with that rule. One, if you really live your life with the sense of never outshine your master, you will risk remaining stuck behind average bosses and people for the rest of your life.
I want to talk about one law in the book that is the best, that you should take with you anywhere you go. That is very very applicable to every application, every situation. It will help you become better as an individual. It will help you to get things done. It will help you step up in certain situation that you want. And I know some of you already have read the whole book, but I think the most important law in this book is Law 13. It says, when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. That is, to me, is like the most common sense, right? Because if you want something for someone, you gotta, give them something that they need from you. You can just be sitting around, just asking all the time. You can be begging every time, and people giving you their resources, giving their money, their time, and all kinds of things they're giving you, and you just there sucking it up. At some point, you're gonna get tired. They're gonna try to deviate from you. They're gonna try to leave you alone. They will try to annoy you because they don't want to be all just being given to you, just giving stuff to you. But if you always trying to take an interest in their life, always trying to see what they're lacking and how can you help them in their process, they will be very open to help you out. Very, very open to help you out. So I think it's the most critical law because It just overcome everything. They overcome, they overcome the first law, which implied that never outshine the master. You know, because you always want to make you always be interested into your master. You always be interested into your boss. What they want, what they need, and the more you give them their interest, what they want, which in most cases they want their job to be done, and they want project to be fulfilled on time. They want all kinds of things. They want their good name to flourish in the company. So the more you make them good, because they're their interest, they want to look good. The more you make them look good, the more they will look. The more they will make you good, and the vice versa. Because you are after his interest, he's gonna be after your interest. And it also happen in relationship as well. The more attention you give her, the more gift, not the more gift, but the more time, the more effort you put in, the more she will want you more. The more she will try to, come close to you and love you more. In this case, it doesn't apply 100% of the time. Sometimes you will do your best, and your spouse will still now appreciate you. So if you're in this case, then just call it your loss and move on. So instead of you pushing your good deeds in their face every time, push their interest in their face. I can help you with this. I can help you do your project. I can help you, in your relationship. I give you some tips, if you help me with this. You give that. You show them something they need to improve on, and they really want to improve on. At the same time, they will help you improve in your situation as well. So read a book. It's a great book, especially Law 13. We said, when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy and gratitude. So,
Ooh, the GOAT, Robert Greene, 48 Laws of Power. Some people think this book is immoral or controversial or whatever. To me, summarizing the 48 Laws in one sentence is, know how power works so you can use it to do good and defend yourself from people who want to do bad. It's a critical book. You gotta know it. And what I would add on top of this, if you think this book is not for you, if you are repulsed by it, if you're wary of it, you are precisely the person who needs to read it, because you probably have a slightly naive or idealistic worldview that is setting you up to be exploited by other people.
So subscribe to the channel. Let's keep this going. Thank you.